Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Zexon Amid YouTube Sports TV, where we give analysis on the trending sports news that are making headlines. Today, I will be talking about which was the first team that was to win the first ever Premier League title, that is in the 1992/1993 season, when the English Premier League was converting away from the Football League or the First Division to the English Premier League. That was way back in 1992/1993. And this league, that is the English Premier League, changes were made that coming from the first division to the Premier League. It was made, that was on the 15th of August 1992 to 11th of May 1993. That was the first Premier League title, and the first team to win the first Premier League title is none other than Manchester United, that won that title in the 1992-1993 season under the stewardship of that is Scottish manager or Premier League legend, that is Sir Alex Ferguson, who is also the most successful coach that is in English football, who won that is 13 trophies that is in the English Premier League with Manchester United alone. This one came in 1992, and Manchester United emerged victorious when it had some star boys, the likes of Eric Cantona, the likes of Gary Neville, the likes of Ryan Giggs and others. However, as the title went, Manchester United were champions with 84 points. Aston Villa followed up with 74 points. That means the gap was 10 points. Then Norwich City managed to be third, that is with 72 points. Blackburn were fourth with 71 points. Liverpool were fifth with 59 points, and then Tottenham were sixth. And then also Tottenham were also followed up there. Arsenal also were in 10th position, that is with 56 points. Chelsea, some of the big teams, managed to finish 11th, and Man City, that was by then Manchester City, managed to finish 9th, that is with 57 points. As I told you before, that since the Premier League inception, that was way back in 1992 to 1993, we have had a couple of 50 teams that have competed, that is in the Premier League, ever since its inception, since 92 to 1993. However, another thing my fans should also note out that since the 1993 up to date, that is 30 years existence of the Premier League, we have 6 teams that have never been relegated, that is in the Premier League, the likes of Manchester United, who are also the top scorer with 13 Premier League trophies, the likes of Arsenal, that is a club, the Gunners from London, who also have won, that is 3 trophies ever since the inception of the Premier League, that is 1997, that is 2000, 2001, and that is 2003, 2004. We have the likes of Everton, have also never been relegated for the past 30 years in the existence of the Premier League. The likes of Chelsea, the likes of Tottenham, the likes of Liverpool, who have also won just 1 trophy since 1993. Then the likes of Manchester City also, and the likes of Tottenham. Manchester City is not part of those teams that have never been relegated. For it has ever been in the past 30 years. However, as I stated before, that since the Premier League inception, we have had, that is 50 teams that have competed in the Premier League up to date, but only those 6 that I've given you before are the teams that have been persistent, that is in the Premier League, in the last, that is 30 years. However, after the end of that Premier League season, we had a couple of accolades that were given out after the end of the season, and the first award to be given out to the PFA Young Player of the Year or Professional Footballers Award was given to none other than, that is Manchester United legend, that is Ryan Giggs, who won that accolade. And for the most assists, that is in the entire season, it was given out to none other than Eric Cantona, who had 16 assists and helped Manchester United scoring, that is 15 goals. And the top scorer for the entire season was none other than, that is Ted Sheringham, who scored 22 goals but played in 2 clubs, that was Nottingham Forest and even Spurs. But majority of the season was spent, majority of his season was spent, that is in Tottenham Hotspurs. For Arsenal, we had the top scorer was none other than Ian Wright, that legend who scored 15 goals. But I'll be giving you a couple of players for Manchester United who were part of this team, of the inaugural team that won, that is the Premier League first accolade, or the Premier League trophy, that is in the 1992-1993 season. And we had that is Ryan Giggs, one of the Premier League legends. We had another Eric Cantona, that was the French maestro. We had, that is the Danish short stopper, that is Peter Schmeichel, the father of Kasper Schmeichel, the former Leicester goalkeeper. We had Mark Hughes, you remember him, one of the captains over there, and is even one of the Premier League legends, as was also a coach. You remember him during the likes of there in Manchester United, and has been also a coach in the Premier League. We had Paul Scholes, now is a pundit, that is on one of the televisions, that is on Sky Sports, that is in England. We had Steve Bruce, you remember him, is also one of the coaches that has taken over the role of a coach. We had Lee Martin, we had Gary Neville, is also a coach and even a commentator, that is on Sky Sports. We had, that is Gary Darista. We had Guy Darista. We had the likes of Paul Parker. We had the likes of Nick Butt. I remember him later on after quitting Manchester United. He went to Newcastle. We had the likes of Darren Ferguson. You remember him, he's part of that inaugural team that won the first Premier League title with Manchester United. We had the likes of Paul Ince, remember the legend, that is at Manchester United. Even later on, he joined, that is Liverpool Football Club. And amongst those clubs that he played in was also a legend for both clubs because of his style of play, scoring, and the way he could detect danger. We had the likes of Brian Robson, is also part of that team that managed to secure success, that is in the 1992-1993 season. We have Dion Dublin, is also part of that team. And then we had also Leslie Slay, is also part of that team that managed to play football. However, the coach himself is the flamboyant or the ever successful coach, that is none other than Sir Alex Ferguson, that helped this team to win their first trophy, that is not to win their first trophy as in English football, but to win, that is the first Premier League trophy after being changed, that is to the Premier League, that is from the 15th of August 1992 to the 11th of May 1993, he managed to guide, that is this Manchester United, to the first glory, that is in the Premier League. So since then, they will be remembered as the first team who won the first Premier League title. And ever since then, success kept on going to their side, in that between that time until latest, that was when Sir Alex Ferguson retired around 2013, he managed to win 13 trophies. And by then, you should also note that the Premier League had 22 teams. Ever since it started, they had 22 teams until later on things were changed around the 1994-1995 season, when we went to the 20 clubs. Subscribe, like, and comment. I'm Izekson Hamido, the Sports Encyclopedia. I'm out.